Hey there, sick of having the wrong tools for the job? Maybe you don't have tools at all? I'm going to share with you my basic toolkit, and yeah, we'll get you set up. So, being a man, also a homeowner myself, these tools I'm about to share with you can not only save you time and money, but also your dignity. So stay tuned. In this video, we're going to go over some basic hand tools as well as some power tools that you might need to get the job done. I'm going to leave a link in the description for kind of my good, best options. Also in future videos, if you want to expand past the basic tools into more intermediate tools, or even getting into trade-specific tools like this guy here, which is a new addition. We can talk about those too. But for now, let's get to the essentials. First of all, you're going to want to get a drill. Oh, no, not this one. That's for something else. All right, so let's jump right into it. First thing on the list, number one in hand tools, is going to be a hammer. Bigger always isn't better. There's two things to look at in a hammer. This one is a new framing hammer I'm testing out. You're gonna see that waffling on the head there. That is not a good hammer for your essential toolkit. This is a VAUGHAN, has a nice flat nose. That way when you're hanging a mirror or something, you're not waffling into the sheetrock. That's not a finish hammer, but that'll get pretty much any job done. Next on the list is screwdrivers. Number two hand tool, screwdrivers. So this is a screwdriver set from Tough Built. Pretty good deal. You're gonna get flatheads, you're gonna get your Phillips, and there's a square number 1 and 2. The upper end of these would probably be a Klein screwdriver set. It's nice to have a set because you get multiple different lengths and sizes. As a good option for your first kit though, Klein, Cobalt, a couple manufacturers make this kind of all-in-one. Bits are in the back and here, swap them out so you get your Phillips, your flathead, square drive. The nice part about this is actually in my auto kit that's in my truck, is it's ratcheting. That's a nice feature. This is nice to have. It's compact, convenient. It'll probably break, so if you don't use them very much, that's the way to go on that. Next one's gonna be a set of pliers. I'd advise to stay away from this kind. This was out of a Cobalt kit. Pretty much all those kits, homeowner kits, are junk. So that's one type, but I would probably go get yourself a nice pair of channel locks. Adjustable channel locks. This can really do anything, and the amount of torque you're gonna get on these compared to those other pliers, you'll actually be able to do work with them. This is our framing tape measure. We use Metabo, Stanley, and my favorite's the Lufkin. Don't have one right now. And then I tried this guy out. This is a pretty good trim. This would be a good homeowner tape measure as well. 25, we have 35s. This is a 16. I like the 16s for doing trim for the most part, as long as you're not doing anything long. But you just need to find a good tape measure that'll extend, you know, a little bit. So when you're measuring something, you don't always have to have two people. So when you're at the store, just take them out. I'll put some recommendations in the description, but all those are nice. Not a huge fan of the finger stop, but it's there. Locks, belt hook. Both these actually have finger stops. I like this one a little bit because it's actually not the tape measure, it's a button that holds that. So you just, oh, got a little bit limp there, hold that. So let's take a step away from the hand tools and take a look at power tools. So a drill setup, you can actually get away with doing something like this. This is more professional, kind of the same idea. This one's gonna have a lot more torque. What you're looking for in a drill is something that's brushless. These are a little bit big for doing everyday stuff, but you can get away with doing a kind of chuck style drill. So you have that there, and you can squeeze down on drill bits or basically anything you need, loosen it, getting in there. The next step up from that would be doing a kit, which would be a drill and an impact, which are still very affordable. Impacts are really good for driving, screws, ledger bolts, stuff like that. These are aimed towards drilling, like with drill bits. You can put a bit in there and drill. That's what we used to do before impacts. So you can do one or do the combo kit. You probably wouldn't want to just get an impact because eventually you are going to have to drill something, though you can put, if they have the kind of impact bit, you can do the drill bits from like Spider or something. As a homeowner, if you're not looking past an essentials kit, as for brand, I'm going to put DEWALT in there for like a combo kit, only because DEWALT is readily available everywhere. If you needed a battery, if you needed anything, or you're just looking to go get a drill right now, the DEWALT is going to be at pretty much any store you go to. Metabo, I've been using them for, I don't know, 15 years or something. I've been very impressed with their higher end tools. They're great. They used to be Hitachi. They're just a little more specialized to get their higher end. Same with BOSCH, at least at the moment. To get their higher end stuff, you got to order online. So other than the drill, we are going to look at saws. So you can get a hand saw if you're really not planning on cutting anything, if you're really just looking for a toolkit to hang stuff. Otherwise, there are some options for a power saw. I have the two Bosches here. This is a kind of just standard setup for a saw. They like these on the East Coast. They're a little lighter weight, a little less expensive. But over here on the West Coast, I think we pretty much all use these. This isn't a worm drive because it's cordless, but it's kind of that worm drive setup where you have your blade on the left. It's a little easier for right-handed users. And this drive system is more like a shaft driven. You get more torque out of these saws, so they have a little more power cutting. I really like this saw. I do have a review on it, testing it against a couple others if you're interested in that. These saws get a little expensive though. This one is their PROFACTOR, and they do have, everybody has kind of that 18 volt smaller one, which are really good deals like under $100. So if you plan on doing any cutting, skill saw is a really great way to go, or a circular saw. There is some other options like a miter saw. If you're really planning on, doing some trim or something, you would need to upgrade to that. Other specialty stuff would be like a Sawzall if you need to be just cutting stuff up. But for now, we'll stick with the circular saw for your kit, and we'll move on. From getting away from the hand tools, the power tools are really going to give you ease of use, time savings. You don't necessarily need them, but if you plan on doing work, it's a really big upgrade to your kit. And then for round 3 on your kit, we're going to go over just some common tools that are going to be solution makers for you. We'll start out with the utility knife. Utility knife is basically just a knife with replaceable blades, so you always have a sharp blade and you don't have to worry about sharpening your tool. This one's pretty cool because it comes with a magazine with blades in it. Pretty self-explanatory. It's just a knife. Wire strippers. These are both the same, just two different brands, Ideal and Klein. Klein, I think, is probably the best if you're buying any electrical tools, but I just wanted to show you. Notice how the wire stripping area is on the top of this one, not the bottom. Those really long ones that they sell, they're a little bit cheaper than this style, but they are junk. Get these. These can strip wire, they can cut wire, they can cut metal. A pair of dikes is another big one. So you can see the angle on this dike. So these cut wire and metal, but also if you had a nail or even a screw or something, you can get this right up against the wall and you can actually pry that out. You can grab it, pry it out. Staples, cutting wire, pulling nails, like tons of things you can use with this tool. You can also use them as a set of pliers if you want to. Just know they do cut metal, so you could cut whatever you're trying to pry out pretty easy. Also on that note, a couple extra tools to make your life really easy that aren't in the essential toolkit. This is called a torpedo level. This is made by Stabila. This one's probably too expensive for an essentials kit, but it is very fancy and nice. Metal, magnets, stud finder. Just kind of middle of the road. Stud finder is all you need. You're just trying to find studs. Oh, I'm right here. Okay, so this kit that I put together, I wanted to make it better than just going to Harbor Freight or something like that. I wanted to give you quality tools that you can depend on and you're not going to want to upgrade later. You can add to the kit, of course, but the tools that are in this essential kit, you could keep forever. With that said, your basic kit for kind of the low end is right above 400 bucks, but I think right now DEWALT's doing a deal if you get the drill and impact combo, and it just costs you an extra 40 bucks. So for under 450 bucks, you can get this full kit that I just showed you. All the links are in the description for that price out, with a couple of options there to go above and beyond. But at the low end of that, you're getting very quality tools. If someone's at your house from the trades has to borrow a tool, they're going to have major respect for you for not totally cheaping out. And I was realizing that whole kit is less than this one tool by itself. So that's a pretty good deal. Saw, drill, impact, screwdrivers, pliers, strippers, cutters, tape measure, duct tape, level, all that stuff. 400 bucks, which seems a little bit steep, but you have one kind of incident in your house you want to fix yourself. It could be that one time it pays for itself. Having the right tools in your arsenal is really the big thing here. I didn't cover everything that could be in your essential toolkit. If you want to get more in depth in that, or if you have a tool you'd like to add, just put it right in the comments. I'm hoping that this empowers you to do your own work at your house. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know. And don't forget, hit that subscribe and like. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you on the next one.